ChairShot Podcast coming back to you here. It's another early week edition of the ChairShot Podcast. We've missed the weekend, but you're probably used to us. If you've been listening for a while, you're used to Monday evening, a Tuesday morning drop. It happens. Life gets in the way. We're all very busy boys. I wasn't here last week. Life got in the way, as it often does. But we're back with a loaded slate for everyone. First of all, I got my co-host here. I'm Barry, joined as always by Paul.
Drinking 7-Up and Pepsi at the same time, Barry.
Crazy man. That's why he's one of the legends of the podcast here. I'm drinking a tea out of a Cocoa Pops mug. Okay, so Cocoa Pops. I think I said Cocoa Pops, which is not anything. Also with us is Joe.
And I've got a cup of tea in a Snoopy mug. There he is, little Snoopy.
Oh,
he's on roller skates.
That's a good mug.
It's a rainbow mug as well, so it's progressive Snoopy.
It lets people know that I love the gays.
Yeah, and love Snoopy.
Or Snoopy does, at least.
Yeah. We've got a big show lined up. I haven't been on last week, so I didn't. I didn't get to document all my exciting things I got up to last week, including going to IKEA, which is kind of like hell on earth, isn't it? I mean, it's just kind of like I like the thing. I didn't even get very much in IKEA this time. We went up to Swords, which is like, what would you call it? Is that a suburb of Dublin, a satellite town? What we categorize it?
County Dublin, yeah.
North County Dublin. We went up for Dublin Horrorcon, which was on in some community centre or some centre up there. And since we were in that neck of the woods, we decided we'd go the half hour to IKEA. I got a little desk here, not even a little desk. It's almost like a wheelie kind of cart. It's for my office, and it kind of just holds my stationery and my controllers. So I got that. We got lots of little bits and bobs like that, but I don't think it was worth just the claustrophobic, just surrounded by people at all times, including screaming children. We had the meatballs. We got the fucking meatballs, and they were tasty, but it's just so loud and overwhelming. Mm-hmm. It was more overwhelming than the actual nerd convention I went to prior to that. Do you know what I mean? Because there, everyone was actually kind of quite well behaved and queuing for things and very well behaved. But IKEA is just so overstimulating. Oh my god. But yeah, we went to the Horrorcon in Dublin, which was really cool. I've been to a Comic-Con before, and my wife had not been, and I had said to her, look, these things are really cool, but the thing about them is they are kind of money sucks, because it's like, it was 30 quid. That was the basic. That is a ticket. There's an early start at 9. That's more money. That's no signature. That's no merch. That is not a keychain for the event. That is get in the door. And keep in mind, these cons are basically allow me entry to then go speak to vendors who sell a bunch of expensive stuff. That is essentially what these cons are. We didn't do any of we didn't actually queue to meet any of the people who were there, because even though we were kind of sold on the idea of going because they had like the director and most of the principal cast for the Terrifier movies there, the cost was just, I think I talked about it a couple of weeks ago on the show. It was a lot of money. It was like 50 quid to get like a picture on like your phone there at the desk with them at their little Comic-Con, their little Virgil. I was about to say Virgil Wrestling Superstar, but not even. It was like that. The guy who plays Art the Clown in Terrifier, I my years going to the wrestling, I've never seen a guy with a queue. This man's queue was fucking gigantic, right? So you have to queue, like, probably, I would say people probably were there for an hour at a time to go, right? And then it was like 50 quid to get the selfie. That was no signature. It was 50 quid to get him to sign a DVD or a Funko or whatever, and a combo deal of 80 quid if you wanted to do both. And then that's not even getting into the subject of like the professional photo op. He then went off and did the clown makeup, and then did a separate round of
right.
I mean, money, man. That guy, they made a killing, and it's fair play to them. But I was just kind of like, look, you know what? It's like we've had a lot between cat expenses and God knows what else. We said let's just go to the con and look around and have fun. And it was fun to look around. There was people, just wall-to-wall people in cosplay, really elaborate costumes. There was lots of tiny little kids there as well. There was a little brother and sister dressed up as Chucky and whatever the wife doll, the Jennifer Tilly characters.
He doesn't know the name of the wife doll in Chucky.
I've only seen the first 2 Chuckies. I have not seen any of the ones with me.
Chucky. I think
yes. Oh, yes. She's not Mrs. She's Ms.
Chuckita.
So lots of families, lots of kids. It was really good crack, and there was lots of vendors selling cool stuff. There was multiple people selling posters, and what was interesting to me was there was a big disparity in the quality. Some people kind of felt like they were chancing it, and they just printed off any old shite, and they're selling it at a con. They're like, I'll make the booth money back by selling this shite. And then I found a lad, I actually bought a load off him because his stuff was good. Framed, like, I don't want to say they weren't probably from an actual cinema, but to the naked eye, I was like, I'll hang those in my office and they'll look nice. So I got the Substance, I got the Texas Chainsaw Massacre,
classic,
the really iconic The Evil Dead reaching out of the ground original poster, great stuff. So I got that. Other than that, I kind of got some bits and pieces. There was some comic book sellers. I got some horror comic books. I didn't indulge in any crazy purchases. There were, again, very very much like wrestling, there were some big spenders there. Let me tell you, there were like you could get like an action figure that was like a xenomorph, right? In like a little like something you get in Smith's, right? It's like fucking Michael Myers, and it's like a tenner, right? And then, just like a wrestling figure, you had like the fancy version with a million posable things, and it's the outfit exactly from Halloween 6 or whatever the fuck, and it's like 80 quid. It could be from the worst movie you've ever seen in your life. And then they had, I think the most expensive figure I saw was, they had a Chucky, but I don't even think you could call it life size because I think it was bigger than life size. It was like almost the size, it was almost like 6 foot tall. It was huge. That was like 600 quid. Yeah, it was absolutely insane. So we had a really wonderful time there. It was really cool, but the cons are just expensive. They're just you need to go there with like a couple of £100 to kind of.
What is the Horrorcon equivalent of walking around with a WWE replica championship?
I'm trying to think, because all the costumes I saw were like had like tons of effort and were like cool.
Yeah,
there was nothing where I kind of I suppose it'd be kind of like walking around with an old Irish Halloween costume where you walk around in a bint bag with like a fake witch nose, which there was none of that. There was just really great high effort outfits. I think one negative though. I had one negative. I said to Brona, I was like, I was way off the base in terms of how this was going to go. I was like, if you see while you're up there someone selling like Blu-rays, 4Ks, stuff like that, because that's our wheelhouse on this pod, you know. I was like, give me a shout. I was like, a couple of years ago, like Second Sight did this like limited edition of like Revenge, and I missed it, and it's all expensive on eBay. I saw literally one person selling actual films there at this horror convention, and this chap, God bless his business ingenuity, bunch o' tat from the €1 the €1 film CX, and it was a tenner a disc, including like just a copy of Shaun of the Dead on 480p, baby, digital versatile disc for €10. I was like, are you mess? So no, I was hoping for like a bespoke physical media nerd being there. But no joy, sadly. But it was very cool. I would go again. Obviously, just with the disclaimer that bring your cash with you.
Yeah. Do you have the latest 4K release of Carrie? Because I've been looking for that. No, but I have Scary Movie 2 still in the Extra Vision box.
The one charming thing about that box, though, was he did have some shite, which is kind of also the fun of a Horrorcon. Like, there was something there I had never heard of in my entire life. Some Stephen King direct-to-DVD shit. No Children of the Corn that I saw. But so there was some fun to be had there, but I wasn't going to pay a tenner for that.
Children of the Corn shite, to be honest, anyway.
Yeah. So yeah, that was Horrorcon, and then in the last week, then we were getting some work done to the house. We were getting our floors did, which is a very grown-up thing to do. They're very nice, and in the process of doing that, my office kind of became the storage room. And while all the stuff was packed into my room, and we kind of looked at the house, we're like, okay, everything's like hidden away now. We just have empty rooms with nice new floors. We're like, okay, let's bin some of the stuff we don't need, and let's we got a new fridge, which I've wanted to do basically since we moved in. And I felt very middle-aged dad, so I'm so happy with this fucking fridge. This is a fucking great fridge, let me tell you. And despite not having a manual labor bone in my body, I got to just chat with the lads delivering it, and the man goes, "That's a great fridge." I was like, that's a fucking great fridge. And I goes to him, I goes, "None of that Wi-Fi or Bluetooth shite on this." He goes, No, not at all. God, no, sure, it's only a heap of shite. I was like, it is a heap of shite. It is a heap of shite. I just want to keep my food cold. So we had a good laugh about that. So the house is looking good. Although
What
the
would
washing
Bluetooth on
machine
the
broke
fridge
earlier today.
do,
So.
exactly. Okay.
Say what?
What would Bluetooth on the fridge do exactly?
Connect your phone to it, and then when you're in the living room, you can go, "Oh, make it extra chilly." I'm about to come in, and I don't know. I can't think of a signal.
I actually can't think. I saw. I don't know if
you like. You do get those ones where it has like shopping list sort of thing on it.
Yes, yeah.
Or even like looks inside the fridge and tells you what you have and haven't got.
Yes.
Like I need the fucking
you've only
fridge.
got 18 cans of Pepsi left.
You've got 12 eggs that went off 3 weeks ago. Oh yeah, I fucking know. I thought I'd use them. All right, it's just giving you grief. Yeah.
I did see that post doing the rounds of the Samsung fridge with the Pluribus ad on it. I guess it's out, which people were not aware of when they bought it, or I guess it's a recent update to the screen on there that now it has ads on it, which is kind of crazy.
Oh, stick the kids drawing over that, please.
Yeah, that stuff is such a fine balance because most of it is shite. If I could unsmart my TV, I feel like I probably would. I feel like all those apps that are built into the telly are shite. I much prefer. I'm happy to pull the TV out, plug a Chromecast into the back of it, or an Apple TV, whatever your way you're inclined, and all the stuff that like comes on the telly is dreadful. I'd happily get rid of all that. No need for the fridge stuff, as we were talking about. Central heating stuff is pretty all right. We have a smart central heating, and you can turn that on when you're not in the house on your way back, which is actually pretty handy.
Yeah.
So my thing is, if you can think of an actual practical use, there are like smart beds now. I don't need diagnostics on how I slept, and I don't need any of that. Yeah. I don't need any of that.
You farted 7 times.
You should not have reheated that pizza. But that's mainly been that's been my week/weeks since I've been away from you boys. What about you boys? What have you been up to?
Very good weekend. Very good weekend. Loved it. Loved the weekend. Ireland won the rugby. Went to a gig, which I'll talk about, which was great. Ireland won the football, which we'll talk about now.
Oh yeah.
And then I went to a business dinner, which is very nice as well.
Oh,
a colleague from the UK was over and said, "Would we go for a meal?" I said, "For free. Don't need to ask me twice."
Where's he from?
Leeds.
Good accent.
I wasn't doing an accent, so coming over for dinner.
Real lad.
Get that steak into you. So I did have a lovely free steak dinner, which was absolutely terrific right in Temple Bar as well. Jesus, the most expensive places you can eat. It was absolutely terrific. Also, the place I went to, queue out the door of people without a reservation waiting to get in. I luckily hadn't, so I did have the old walk past the queue. Oh, excuse me. I have a reservation. I have 7, please. Oh, walk past the old swine queue in there. Spit at them on the way in. So that was lovely. And then my car did its NCT today, the road safety test gimmick. No bueno. Car bad. Fix car. Then pay money again to retest. Which we'll see how that goes, because my car is old now to the point that it has to do that test every year. Which and this is the first year since they've raised the prices. So the test now is €60 and the retest is 40. So I'm already 100 down, basically. Ooh. Before anything is even repaired on it. Problem with the transmission. Transmission frayed. I'm afraid the transmission needs to be replaced. So bring that down to the garage in the week. That'll probably be 100 something euro. Then again, 40 to retest. Last time I brought it, it actually failed the retest as well. So it had to then have something else fixed and then brought back. So we'll see how that goes. But, we talk about the footy every now and then, more from a Premier League point of view. But maybe part of the reason for that is over here in Ireland, we don't often have a lot of reason for celebrating the old football. And that certainly was the case this year when Ireland lost to 250 ranked Armenia a couple of months ago. And it seemed like the old World Cup dream was over. We would need to go on a unbeaten streak to beat Armenia, Hungary, and Portugal all back to back to have any chance of making even the playoffs. Oh, we've only bloody gone and done it. Only beat Portugal 2-0 while Ronaldo got sent off. I was loving that. I was up on my feet going, send the prick off. I tweeted my mom, send the prick off. Loving that. Beat Portugal 2-0. No problem there. Already winning 2-0 when Ronaldo got sent off as well. So it wasn't like that was the reason for the win. Portugal were absolutely dreadful. Then beat Hungary as well with a 95th minute winner. Oh, absolute joy. So Ireland, we're not in the World Cup, but we'll be at least in the playoffs for a shot at it, which was absolutely, chef's kiss. Absolutely.
I was trying to familiarize myself with because I was not aware of the structure of this, where this kind of gets us into the playoffs.
Yes.
So it's like, okay, it's not like
not in yet, but if you're not in, you can't win.
That is so true.
You can't win it.
Many say this.
And we were 1 second from being not in. And Hungary going, fuck Hungary. Sorry if there's any Hungarians listening. My favourite bit was, I don't know if you've seen this, Joe will be maybe more aware of this, on Sky Sports, when they do like Liverpool, Man United, for example, they'll then show the pundits like, oh, here's the video of the pundits during the match celebrating the goals or whatever. So they had an equivalent of that with former Reading and Wolves striker Kevin Doyle was on the RTE panel for it. And strangely omitted from the actual official RTE tweet version of this, on the video, he with Szoboszlai on screen, was heard to shout, suck on that, you Liverpool cunt. That was tremendous.
Oh dear.
Oh, football.
That didn't make the official video, but somehow a version including that found its way online. England, of course, made it through without conceding a single goal in the entire qualification period. And yet, Joe, people still seem a little bit unhappy with it.
Okay, you won every game, but
won every game, didn't
not very good. Not very good. The Jude Bellingham didn't sufficiently celebrate Harry Kane's second goal, so we can put the knife in there, create a little rift, bring him down. People,
English media do love a bit of self-mutilation.
They are,
for whatever reason.
They are scum. They are absolute.
Still love it.
Scum.
Love it.
And it's the thing, because when you can't criticize the team if you win every game and don't concede a goal. Like, what can you really say about a game? Okay, they won, but it was easy. They've got to come up with something to like shit on the team with, some kind of negative. So it comes down to harmony in the camp, and it's like, oh God, yeah, we've got too many number 10s. We've got 5 world-class number 10s. Oh no, my lobster is too delicious. My steak is too buttery. Oh. God, but yeah, good win. Looking forward to. I think it's December the 3rd. It's the big draw in Washington DC. We'll be finding out the old groups, the old games. So looking forward to that.
Yeah, well, we have the pools for the playoffs don't get announced until I think this Thursday, because it's based on the FIFA rankings. They have to be updated first, and then I think the playoffs are in March. So we'll see how that goes. Would be nice to make it to the World Cup proper and lose to a very apathetic England. Maybe beat us 1-0 with a Harry Kane tap in the 88th minute. But there you go. Nice. So Ireland, of course, haven't been in the World Cup since 2002.
Yes, famously.
So this will be the first time in 23 years. So let's see. But
getting back in right time for the Saipan movie.
Oh, that's true. The one thing Ireland as a country, never mind England occupancy and the Irish Revolution, all that, Saipan, the thing that Ireland as a country can't get past,
can never move past. No, can never move past.
But Mick McCarthy said this. Oh my God. I don't want to see that movie. I don't want to see the trailer. I don't want to know anything about it. I was so sick of Saipan. How it's been turned into this. A football player got a bit angry. Oh, make a movie of it.
We need the Thierry Henry handball movie next after this.
Oh yeah, that's new. That's new ground, you know.
Reggie Jean Page as Thierry Henry, and Johnny Vegas as the Irish left back. Yeah.
Oh God. Oh, that
is the news for me, more or less.
Well, it's an exciting day here. It is Michelle and I's 8th wedding anniversary.
Wow, take
8 years to go, still going strong. There we go. We celebrated by having a nice big curry.
Oh hell yeah!
Oh brother, oh God, the chicken jalfrezi. We had the onion bhaji, the papadums, the naan bread. I had the keema rice. If you're not aware, that's
was he not in the UFC?
No, he plays in midfield for England. It's egg fried rice with chilies and minced beef as well. Oh, so good, the keema rice. So that was delicious. I'm a bit full now, but we'll stagger on. Other exciting things this week. Went to see Wet Leg at the Royal Albert Hall.
Oh, nice. I like Wet Leg a lot.
So that was really good. Great venue because you get great view from anywhere, and the acoustics are really good. So yeah, they were very, very, very fun. Didn't do an encore. Perfect. Thank you. Don't be messing around with all that nonsense. Do your song and then fuck off, and we can all get home. I don't need messing about. All right, that's perfect. Like the encore. Nah.
There's some band. I don't remember who it was, but I remember they did a bit where they're doing their banter to the crowd, and they said, I'm looking down the set list, and there's a list of songs, and then there's a line, and then there's some more songs. I don't know what that's about. I always thought that was a funny bit. I don't mind the encore as long as it's not a little, I saw Brad Meldau he's a pianist in the National Concert Hall in Dublin, and he did 4 encores, and that's a little bit like, come on now. Can I go home, please?
God. It's a bit silly, isn't it?
Bit silly.
Yeah, so that is a very fun week.
They did Chez Long and all the hits.
Yeah, that wasn't the closer, actually. I don't know what their biggest song is now, but they did something else as the closer.
Off the new one.
Yeah, I think I know one. Yeah, they got some good bangers. Good.
They do
good stuff.
I like them a lot.
Alrighty, we will segue over to the wrestling talk now. Some news and bits and pieces from the week. We do also have reviews coming up later of the of this week's television, and also features and whatnot coming up. We did have some sad news to kick off the wrestling news this week. We did see the Rebel of AEW, formerly of the I don't know what the Britt Baker stable. She was the assistant. Mm-hmm. She did announce to fans on her Instagram earlier in the week that she was diagnosed with lung cancer, which was obviously horrific, and especially horrific because she basically said she was also misdiagnosed with pneumonia previously, which obviously is tough to deal with anyway.
For a year, more it feels like,
for quite a while. So she put that update out and just looking for prayers. So that's horrible. Yeah, if you're wondering, where she was or her status. So best wishes to her.
She did say, as far as her condition is, that what was the word she said? It was like a best case scenario kind of thing she was in. So, I mean, who knows? But lung cancer is not a good one to get.
No. So
best wishes to her. I mean, one of the more entertaining characters of the first couple of years of AEW.
The early years, for sure. Yeah, certainly the pandemic era, her managerial sort of antics. Yes, wishes to her.
Absolutely.
I don't know, while I was away, did you boyos talk about the NWA AEW national title?
A little bit.
The Cliff Notes version, obviously, AEW announced a new title. Everyone was clamoring for that, of course. And they called it the national title. Fair enough, generic enough name for a title, but some press releases and some promo material where they were like, "Oh no, this is the national title. This is the famous NWA national title," which of course is still defended in everyone's favorite promotion, the NWA, which of course everyone watches, and all this other stuff. So they were it's funny because they were kicking up a stink about it, and it's kind of like you kind of laugh at the NWA, like whatever. But I mean, like, I thought the press release and the AEW promos were very odd. I thought they were very, very odd to do when there is big promotion or not. There is literally a lineage from what the NWA claims is theirs versus what AEW was kind of alluding to. So Tony Khan finally spoke on this. And obviously, but things have been kind of odd between Corgan's NWA and Khan. They were working together during the pandemic in some kind of capacity. Thunder Rosa.
Yeah, this Thunder Rosa, as I say.
Yeah, she is on TV, and Camille obviously as well as the champion, like bringing the belt out on TV and stuff like that.
They did the all women's pay-per-view, and Tony provided like a lot of the talent and paid for that talent.
Yes, and that seemed like a nice thing, and then it kind of blew up because somewhere after that they had some degree of non-specific falling out, and then I think Tony was like, "Well, I've fucking basically paid for that show. Yeah. You claim a lot of positive press for." So whatever the particulars were, but Tony spoke this week about the whole situation. He said, quote, "When I recently announced it, I saw a lot of talk online and there was chatter from people from other promotions and people all over. Wrestlers are going to talk and say stuff. That's totally cool. I ended up having a nice conversation about it with, God, remember when you used to have 140 characters on this godforsaken fucking evil website? I have a nice conversation about it with the president of the NWA, Billy Corgan. The NWA National Championship has a great history of its own. When we created a national championship, I saw NWA wrestlers saying we have a national title. AEW is a separate company and we have our own lineage. Billy, I have a lot of respect for him and what he's doing. I love the traditions of pro wrestling. I had a nice talk with Billy. We haven't talked, this reads like a Trump statement. It's just like, Billy, I have a lot of respect for him.
By the way, this was a video, by the way.
Oh, was it? Oh, damn. Did he do the voice? Billy, I have a lot of respect for him and what he's doing. I love the traditions of
very sad.
Pro wrestling, little bald Billy. No TV deal. Very sad. People say, I paid for the women's show, but I don't get credit, but that's all right. That's all right.
I don't think many people care about the NWA.
Yeah.
They don't care.
We haven't talked in a long time, and it was good for him to do this. I respect him in the NWA. We're trying to do something different here. We brought pro wrestling back to TBS, but there are a lot of promotions that had history on TBS before, one of them being the NWA. I think it's great that Billy is trying to keep the tradition alive and revive it. We had a really nice talk about, he said that a million times, to any wrestlers anywhere in the world, particularly you in the NWA. You might be happy to hear Billy and I had a nice talk about this. I'm sure he would say the same. So that's kind of a non-statement, your classic rambly TK.
Why, when he says, I had a talk with Billy Corgan, do I picture Fat Tony and the mob knocking over all the pretzel stands in that one Simpsons episode?
And to show you we're serious, we're introducing another national title.
There's national title. I want the national title now. And so what?
So I don't know what conclusion you'd kind of get from this other. So obviously people were also, again, this is the oldest news possible, really. Obviously this is a couple of weeks ago, and in the wrestling world that's forever. But like people were kind of noticing that AEW had edited certain things off of press releases, and maybe they were walking back certain references that were made and things like that. So
yeah,
my inferral, and this is completely my editorial, is probably just like AEW walked back some of the more explicit, we own this lineage, and probably had a talk with Billy and was like, tell your people to stop being annoying. Is probably what
sort of a subtitle I've never heard of that I don't give a fuck.
That AEW that's going to be on Ring of Honor in a couple of weeks. You know, I mean, it's like who really cares? Yeah, I mean. And the other thing is, sorry, I'm late because I didn't get to talk about this, but like they're basically pitching it as what the international title was, which is, it's going to be defended all over the world. It's like, you just had a title like that and you just unified it. I don't know. Anyway, is Full Gear next week, by the way? Are we doing a preview this week? Or no?
It is.
Oh, geez. Okay, well, so that, and the Battle Royal for that title is on that pay-per-view, so I guess we'll talk about that momentarily. So yeah, that was that whole situation. AEW is going back to Hammerstein in December. So I guess just like last year, they'll probably do a couple of C2 matches there, which will be cool. So some good locations lined up, because obviously the Manchester taping is going to be for the C2 as well. They've said that's going to have Continental Classic matches. So there at Hammerstein, I think you're kind of getting some good crowds for your C2, which has now been a yearly highlight for AEW, which is good. And they announced another Arlington residency, which I'm a little bit over the residencies, I got to be honest, but the ticket selling habits have not exactly rebounded, to say the least. So I imagine there'll be more of these, not just in Arlington, but they're probably going to, if they can get a good venue and they can get a good deal, I'd say a lot of these are going to be on the card. So there's your AEW venue updates. Hammerstein was great last time. Hammerstein was really awesome. So yeah, there you go on that. Yeah, I suppose we can move into our other features. The other thing, I mean, another story that again kind of burned bright and was kind of over. I did see that Hyan and Maya World got another booking on Collision this week.
Yeah.
So you know,
how long was their match actually on there?
Let's get the stopwatch.
Let's get the stats.
So it does. I mean, it's as pretty much everyone predicted when that whole situation.
7:46.
Whoa! Wow. I mean, that's basically you're basically over at that point. I mean, as many people pointed out when that whole story was happening, that like, I mean, if you can just like, it's a time-honored Tony Khan booking pattern that, you know, you come in as a jabron, you do a good job, you come back as a jabron, then maybe you come back as an undercard babyface. And I mean, look, we saw it with fucking Takeshita. Now, he was never really a jabron, but he was never winning.
Kyle Fletcher was the example we used last week.
Kyle Fletcher. Willow Nightingale came in. Now, Willow Nightingale came in literally as a jabron. She was unsigned. She lost all her matches. She was always putting people over in 2 minutes, 3 minutes on fucking Dark and Rampage and everything else. And now she's like a featured act in the company. I mean, that absolutely bizarre story. Absolutely bizarre story. Really. So yeah, there you go. Yeah, so that's the news for the week. We will segue over now to, so we'll do our fantasy update first before we do our features.
Yes. So just a handful of notable things here. Joe is now past 302. He's past the big 300 match.
Nice.
He's the first of us to do so. He did win the week as well with 31 points.
Very nice.
Barry's 21 and my 14. So again, Joe is slowly catching up on us. I think there's about 45 points between us. 47.
47. Oh.
Could start to climb.
We got a bit of drama. We're going to inject some drama. This is like when the Premier League is already over and they focus on the relegation zone. Barry's already secured the title. That's safe.
Barry is 200 points ahead.
This is like Burnley versus I don't know.
Nottingham Forest.
Who's going down? Wolves. Burnley Wolves.
Wolves. Well, I don't think any of us are Wolves this year necessarily, but I tell you, Joe is going to be really praying for an FTR title win at Full Gear, I feel like, because that alone would bring a lot of the points in. And of course, we had one 5-star match from this week's AEW television. Not the right one, but that's okay.
Dave, pop those around.
He mistyped the W and the O for some reason. But it did mean that Joe had 3 of those wrestlers on his team. Danny Garcia, Mark Briscoe, Kyle O'Reilly. I had John Moxley and Darby Allin. Barry only Orange Cassidy. So Barry was by far the least benefiting from that, whereas Barry had 4 of the people in the women's match. Dave Meltzer, brother. Oh, very excited. I had 1. Joe had 2. So yeah, that kind of went more in Joe's favor ultimately. But that's your fancy update for this week.
Lovely. What's our next feature?
We've got a quiz.
Hell yes, dude.
It's the return of Past CODY.
Oh, hell yeah.
The quiz you all know and love.
I do.
Well, I won't bother explaining it. They know what it is.
It's past CODY.
You've got clues. You have to guess clue. You can only use one word clues. Whatever. Right, so
That's just in the capiast.
who wants to go for
I'll go first.
four clues? Okay, let's
Right,
go
go first.
for that. And do you want 1, 2, 3, or 4?
Is 4.
Okay, let's give you a block of.
Get the old notepad out here.
Oh, okay. There are your clues. There are your passcodes.
Okay. Ringer.
Could be a few things. I'll say timekeeper.
Submission.
Ringer submission. I'm not really getting the ringer one. Submission. Boston Crab.
MJF.
The armbar.
Hey, very good.
There we go.
Yeah, sorry, I went ringer because like arm ringer. That was a tough one. I wasn't sure what to do.
I wrote down ringer with an or rather than
I realized as soon as I said it, I was like ringer. That's shit. I shouldn't have done that. Okay,
Is that 3 or 4?
that was 3.
That's 3.
3, okay.
I was thinking, is there like a ringer article? Like, is there a thing called the ringer?
Yeah, that was bad. I should have done MJF.
Then I was thinking bell ringer, like ringing the bell timekeeper. Okay,
All right, your next one.
Yeah. Yes.
Scream.
Daphne.
Courtney.
Courtney. Scream Courtney. Oh my God, what's wrong with me today?
These are hard. I think this is a hard one from Joe. I think he's realized we're no more messing around.
David Arquette?
Yes, he's very good.
We got it.
4 points there.
PPV.
SummerSlam.
WWE.
PLE?
Yes, this is very good.
Okay, I was thinking whether I should just go PLE for the first one, but
Yeah, no, that's yeah.
Sorry.
Steel.
Again, depending on the spelling.
Oh shit!
Eddie Guerrero.
Yes.
First thing that gets to my head was George the Animal when you said
Heel.
Heel. Heel. Boo.
Transition.
Transition. Cut off.
Redemption.
Turn. No.
Features.
Features. Face. Baby face.
I will give it to your face turn.
It was face turn. It was face turn. I was trying really hard to not wink or just try and signal at you to just combine the words.
Okay. That's the game, after all.
That is the game. That's tough.
Yeah.
MTV.
MTV. Cindy Lauper.
Show.
Oh, Wrestling Society X.
WWF.
Oh. MTV show. Oh God. MTV show. WWF. Oh God. I'm thinking if we're talking about the ones around WrestleMania 1, like the War to Settle the Score, I think one of them was called. Or if we're talking about, I can't remember if there was like a weekly show on MTV or something like that. Like I don't know what channel like fucking Heat was on. Was that what I was on? MTV show WWF. I'll say the War to Settle the Score.
Warmth.
I'll say Heat.
Yeah.
Was it on MTV?
Yes, it was. Yeah, it was brief.
Yeah, I would have maybe gone more the Channel 4 route.
But also, Channel 4 would be 2 words.
That's true. Terrestrial.
That's true.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's right. We got
Also, it was Sunday night Heat, so I couldn't go Sunday as well, which was also
sure.
that was tough.
Okay. Slow start, but we can pick it up.
Okay.
Paul, what 1, 2, or 3?
What is it? 1.
Uno.
Uno, please.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah, I'm not great at this game. It turns out.
These are.
I don't know.
I've made them a bit harder this week.
That's okay.
You don't want to get complacent.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. Let me think here. Okay. I'm looking at the list here, thinking for some of the later ones, but I need to focus on the first one here. Okay.
One at a time.
Yeah. Let's focus here. Okay. We'll go for well, how do you do this? How do you get this in one? Let me try. I'm too greedy. Like I know words that will suit this, but how do I kind of get it right away? Okay, maybe we'll go for at least a 4 here.
Okay.
We'll go Sting.
I'm I'm really thinking now. So, Greensboro, North Carolina.
Hogan.
Starcade 97.
We'll give it. It's just Starcade.
Just that.
Yeah, give me that. Fuck off. You give me that.
Okay. Wow. I think I'm being generous, but
Starcade.
What is it? Closest without going over? Jesus Christ.
what's your cut-off point?
Okay, Starcade. We'll take that. We'll take Starcade. Number 2. Tournament.
Okay. So, off the top of my head, you got King of the Ring C2, G1. C2?
Japan.
The Grade 1 Climax.
That's right. Number 3, let's go Runt.
Spike Dudley?
He's got it.
Fuck please.
Number 4. I believe this is one word, but let me just double check. Yes, I will say number 1, Hurricane Rana.
Couple of different directions here. Okay, I could go kind of lucha themed. I'm gonna go just because it's what I thought of, and I feel like maybe me and Paul might be similar. As Lita.
It's a good guess. It's not right. I'll say Scott.
Scott. I'm even further off now. Drew McIntyre doesn't do a Hurricane Rana. Is it Drew McIntyre?
We might take that as a guess.
Hurricane Rana Scott. I don't think if it was Kaylee Ray that Paul would go and Rana first. I have no fucking idea. Rey Mysterio.
I'll take a little bit of the fault for that one. I'll say Papa.
Oh, Frankensteiner.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
I thought they were good.
Scott with 2 T's, obviously not. I know them today.
Oh dear. Yeah.
Okay, we got there. Okay. For number 5, I will go. And again, one word. I want to check here. Yes. Timekeeper.
Again, I might be overthinking this and going too specific, but I'll just go anyway. Was it Mark Eaton or Yeaton? That guy, the mustachio.
No, I know what you mean. The thrower of beer cans. It's not.
Yes, yeah.
Hammer.
The Ring Bell.
Correct. And then final one. It's a couple we could go here. We'll go for the last one. Can I check something with Joe quickly?
Okay. I think I know what you're going to ask. Yeah, that's fine.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Cassius.
Chris Hero?
Fuck.
Okay, I'm not allowed to have another.
That's a perfectly good guess.
I'm not allowed to have another guess without him saying another. Saying it. Okay.
That's gone.
Boxer.
Muhammad Ali.
There you go. Jeez, we're getting a lot of spelling kicking us in the ass today.
Got 24. Okay. 24 is decent. It's a very.
I will say one of my all-time favorite quiz moments we've ever had on this podcast is Hurricane Rana Scott Drew McIntyre. Oh my god.
Barry, 2 or 3?
2.
No.
Okay. For the last 2 rounds, Barry, let us consider before we say the word. Can this be
spelled multiple ways? Okay. Okay.
Oh dear.
Okay. Oh God. Swerve.
Well, we've had face turn already, so I'm going to lean in the other direction. Prince Nana.
Booker.
Swerve Booker. Okay, so it was in the face turn sense of the word. Swerve Booker. Angle.
Bro,
Vince Russo.
very good.
3 points.
Hi. This is one word, yeah. Newsletter.
Few to choose from. Now, do I play? I'm going to block Barry, so I don't get. I'm holding my hand in front of him on the screen, so I don't get any visual clues. But I'm wondering, do I go for the obvious one, or do I take a risk and go for maybe just slightly underneath? I will go for the Pro Wrestling Torch.
Melty.
Ah! Bastard. Wrestling Observer.
4 points.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I
Right.
understand where you're coming from, though. You like, you don't want to go for the super obvious one. I get it. Okay. Bro.
Don't do that again. Bro.
Again.
Well, Zack Ryder.
UFC.
Bro, UFC. Oh, the other bro, Matt Riddle.
4
Yeah,
points.
the reason I didn't do bro as my first. You're right, by the way. Matt Riddle is great.
Yeah.
The reason I didn't do bro for my first clue was because I was like, oh fuck, if he guesses Matt Riddle now, that would be wrong. So that's why I went Swerve first. But I was thinking, I was like, Swerve. He'll think it's Strickland. So yeah,
It's interesting to put multiple bros on the one.
Joe's good. It's like NYT connections. You know, you got the red herrings in there to throw you off.
Yeah, bro.
Sags.
The Nasty Boys.
Very
Yeah, correct.
Yes, very good. CD.
Again, could go in multiple directions, huh? CD. WWF The Music.
Rap.
WWF. What the fuck was it called? Was it Aggression?
Very good. Very
Full
good. Well
points.
done. That's a tough one. That's a deep pull. aggression, and like the new metal one was for
Flexible Entrance.
Oh god,
such a stupid name. Great CD, but such a stupid name.
Quite good CD. I didn't get on with aggression quite the same way. Although
No. Aggression was crap. But okay, last one. And anabolic.
Again, last time I tried to be smart, it bit me in the arse. But do I try it again? I'll say the steroid trial.
But we'll take it. We'll take it.
It's just
steroids.
Steroid again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so final one. We're doing well, actually. We're on what we are, 70, so it's not bad.
Okay.
So the final set for you 4.
Okay, no pressure.
Here we go.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Okay. We got a couple of good ones here. Number 1, we'll say Hefe.
Oh God. Dario Cueto.
Bing, bing, bing.
Oh.
Remember him?
You know, I mean, it's just like we were so into him and Lucha. You know, he still does that in MLW. Like he's like that
got a different
actor under a
name,
new name.
Yeah.
And they do like knock off Lucha Underground shows sometimes. But like, who could be arsed watching MLW?
They could have Andre the Giant. I wouldn't fucking watch MLW.
Yeah.
If Dario Cueto showed up in AEW, now
That'd be pretty good.
Aberrantes, get Cueto in, please. So freaking awesome. Number 2. What do we say for number 2? Jackknife.
Okay, a couple of directions here. We could be going Big Daddy Cool. We could be going for the move itself. I'm going to go Powerbomb.
He's got it.
Oh,
He's got it.
Very good.
He's got it. Number 3. Again, I'm just checking. No, what I wanted to do, I think, is more of one word, so I can't use that.
Legal move.
I will never break the rules, even if it means to use a word that can be misunderstood in multiple ways. Okay. Oh God. This is a tricky one. This is a tricky one for me. I'll have to edit this on the podcast because I'm going so long without saying anything.
just edit in all the right answers as well. Fuck it.
Oh yeah, that is correct. Ooh. Okay, I mean, I'll have to just say something. I don't think probably working less than one.
Right.
I'll say shoulder.
Spear.
I'll say Interrupt. No, this is a toughie.
Fucking hell.
I have another one that I should have said there, but sure, look.
John Cena's 5 moves of doom.
It's not, I'm afraid. Number.
Shoulder number.
Interrupt.
The streak?
No.
Oh, sorry, no, go on. Okay, you go for the next one. I think
Pin.
Near fall or 2.9?
No. So I'll just, without saying my next word, I'll just remind that we've had shoulder, interrupt, number, and pin. Kick.
I mean, I know obviously the fallback we're in, but I'm just like, I'm like this, breaking up a tag team partner, breaking up a pin, making the save, quote unquote.
No, we don't have it. I mean, even specifically pointing out that we said number, and then you didn't say a number, but that's fine. So we don't get that one. That was 5. I think we've had. Jeff.
No, what was it? We still got one.
Oh, we still have 1.
Yeah.
I thought I had.
What?
I thought I had 5.
No, what did you do? Shoulder, number.
Shoulder, interrupt, number.
Shoulder, interrupt, number, kick.
Then. No, I said something before kick. I'm sure.
Right.
Pin, I said. I'd pin and kick.
Well, I think a good clue would have been, because Barry said near fall as an answer. Yeah. Near fall would have been a good one. Near fall.
Yeah.
What is near fall? That's my clue to you.
What? Kick out. What?
Well, kick out is 2 words. That's why I couldn't use it. Number. You were getting number.
Near fall.
What? 2.
Yes, 2 count.
2 count.
I said 2.9. I said you're not going to give us 2 points.
You said near fall.
The game is to get Barry to say 2 count. Specifically.
Oh God,
that was my problem. I will say, not Barry's fault at all. My problem going in trying to come up with an answer for this one is that there's so many names for that specific thing. That's why I was trying to get specifically number.
Yeah,
that avenue. Sure. Tricky one. Okay, share the blame on that one. Number 4. I had a funny one for number 4, but I got her. Number 4. I'll go with referee.
I'm
already thinking
next 2 count. No, that's not my guess.
Drew McIntyre.
I don't know. Disqualification.
It's not disqualification. Thief. Referee and thief.
No, our head never is
good. Oh God. I was thinking, do I go for the actual or do I say the funny one? You got it anyway. Okay, number 5. Whew. Ooh. Fire's a tricky one. Stretcher.
Ambulance match?
Yeah, I got it.
Unbelievable. Wow.
Redeemed it there a little bit.
Wow.
Every time.
Wow. Amazing. And then last one. I mean, I have to say, ravishing.
Rick Rude.
We got it.
There we go.
Was that with a doubler? Very good.
Pretty good. You know what? 93.
That's pretty good.
That ambulance skate was great.
Yeah. 93, very solid score. I know some of them are hard, but I do think you overthought.
Yeah.
Well, we had 3 spelling errors at play.
Yes.
We
got there in the end, though. That was respectable.
Very hard.
Yeah, 2 counts hard.
That was the hardest one I think we ever had, to be fair.
All right. We will jump over now to our reviews. Let's kick things off with the big show of the week. It was, of course, Blood and Guts from Greensboro, North Carolina.
Yes.
This week, which kicked off with the women's Blood and Guts match, which was Mercedes Moné, Megan Bain, Marina Shafir, Tekla, Sky Blue, and Julia Hart defeating Chris Statlander, Timeless Toni Storm, Harley Cameron, Willow Nightingale, Mina Shirakawa, and Jamie Hayter. And to Paul's point earlier during the Fantasy Critic segment, I finished this match and I said to myself, this company has finally had a great War Games match after however many years of trying that they've had.
Yeah.
I think we've talked about it over the years. I feel like they've always come very close and things tend to always go wrong at the end. You've got a silly crash pad bump. You have the infamous Kota Ibushi kind of appearance. This was just a fucking great match from start to finish, with tons of violence, everyone working their arses off. I mean, just really great, intense work, everyone shining, everyone got to look great. I thought this was brilliant, and I thought it made even, you've got your key figures in this match, right? Your Tony, your Stat, your Moné, but I also thought you had your kind of like upper mid-carders, and your
people were elevated.
People were elevated by this. I thought Megan Bain was unbelievable in this match. I thought she was so great. She was flinging chairs around. She was tossing Chris Statlander around like a sack of potatoes. Statlander took this, like, obviously she took the nail bump, but at one point she took this, like, she was thrown out of the cage down the stairs. It looked really nasty. I mean, everyone got their shit in, and everyone got to do something memorable and cool. I liked Moné doing the late career Randy Orton ladder match performance as well. No thumbtacks for me, brother. No, 13 belts, no bumps. No thumbtacks for me, baby. No
blade.
I did love her spot where she brought in the 13 belts as well, because again, fucking Megan Bain was killing people with these fucking belts. She was whipping the shit out of me with these big, heavy ass gold plated monstrosities. Everyone just went with Sky Blue with the absolutely insane, Muda scale blade job, like early on in the match, like straight away.
Red Sky
indeed. And I thought the finish was great.
Viewers delight.
There you go. Now we're fucking talking. Thought the finish was great. Interesting result. Had Tony lose, which I thought was pretty. Took a chance on that, but I thought they did it really well. I thought.
You made a great point on Blue Sky, by the way.
Yes, They did the so they do this for anyone who didn't see it. Marina, who was also great. I mean, if Marina's thing is going to be twice a year, she does like a multi-person gimmick match where she's like the secret weapon who comes in. She was great in Stadium Stampede or whatever it was. She was fucking great in this as well. So she has she has Mina in this nasty looking kind of reverse choke thing, and Bain is whipping her with some Finnish indie title that she got off of Moné. Tony is restrained by the rest of them, and so Tony surrenders to spare her partner. And then after the match, after the bell rings and the heels let go of Tony, she kind of does the logical thing you would do. That she goes over and she like elbowed and kicked the shit out of Marina. She protected the business real good there to make sure that there was nothing unbelievable there. It was great. It was really great.
You're right. In the Survivor Series War Games, they could do that exact same finish, and it would be 5 minutes of Tony looking at her hands,
crying, no, Peter.
Yeah.
Oh, tremendous. That's the kind of finish that makes Tony look better. You know what I mean? Because she quits to save her friends. So it doesn't make her look weak. It makes her look even more valiant and heroic. So it's like, perfect ending. I love the match. It's the first Blood and Guts I've enjoyed, really, honestly. And
yeah,
I think that's partly the violence, like the ladies brought the violence. The blood, the violence was great. Minimal leaving the ring. There was a little bit of it, but it wasn't a sort of let's go and do a fucking, power bomb on top of the cage sort of shit. It was just, they snuck out of the ring. That's what I liked. That was fine. Okay.
Yeah.
Did a little sneaky sneak. But yeah, no complaints about the women's Blood and Guts at all. I thought it was near perfection. Yeah, great performances all around. I mean, we've been saying put the belt on Megan Bain from about 2 weeks in.
Give that in the rain.
Honestly,
get that on a shirt. Give Bain the rain.
I'm going to wear that to Manchester. Just give Bain the rain.
Yeah.
I'm going to run in and tackle Tony Khan and just need the shirt.
I'll tell you, you guys are totally on the money. But let me tell you what I loved about this match was the pacing.
Mm-hmm.
I think every War Games / Blood and Guts match I've seen in the modern era goes on for a good 20 minutes too long.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There's a good bloated period in the middle where it just meanders on and not much happens. And I enjoyed the men's match later on, but I felt like the men's match had much more of that than the women's match. The women's match was a sprint of violence throughout. There was no point in the women's match where I was very, very aware that we were in commercial break. Whereas, again, with the men's match, I felt that a little bit. I mean, it was long, but it was the first Blood and Guts match or War Games match I've seen where I wasn't like looking at the watch, going, "Are we gonna get to this?" Are we? Mm-hmm. I would still be a little bit reserved about the fact that in both of these matches they go outside the cage. Like I was, back in the Hell in a Cell days, if they didn't go outside the cage, I would be raging because those first two Hell in a Cells taught us that expect a bump off the cage at some point. But I like the idea of, and I would suggest at least one of them maybe just have it in the cage. Don't get out of the cage. No, it was clever when Julia Hart gets out through the scaffolding, whatever. At least that wasn't the typical spot we see where the ref gets bumped, they take the key off the ref, they go open the lock, and then they did that spot. And I was like, oh no, you've done the exact thing I was giving you credit for not doing it.
Yeah.
That would be my one nitpick of the match. Not even a nitpick, I won't criticize the match. They do that thing where the referee gets taken out, they take the key off the ref. Tony, lad, come on now. Let's have a talk, Tony. Forget about Corgan. Have a talk with me. No more. They take the key off the ref spot. Don't do that.
I had a talk with Paul. Great talk with Paul. All the CS heads I spoke to Paul. I agree. This is a show where it was AEW after. It was a great episode of TV, and it was violent, and it was no bullshit, and it was people shining and looking great in defeat, getting put over strong in victory, and it was what a War Games match should be, which is not contrived spots. It was violence and eye gouging and tearing and stabbing and killing. But I do agree that it was I'm torn between thinking it's a nitpick, but also thinking this is the type of things AEW should be get right. Especially because what in both matches, what did you really getting out of the cage? Was it did you need Mark Briscoe using the contraption to get the chairs off? It was a cute little thing. Did you need it? And likewise, they had Julia do that unique exit just to then get the key. And I would love them, especially these two matches. You snip those spots out, you lose nothing. You lose absolutely nothing. And in this one, you had the interesting thing where Julia got out through that hole. But then in the men's, he said the thing you've seen a million times, which is the guy comes down with the bolt cutters, and you're like, nitpicking, but I don't think it's unfair either. So yeah. And so lots of people coming out with the stock gone up out of that one.
Very much so.
Again, another kind of nitpick, kind of little insight into kind of more typical recent AEW stuff. The Don Callis family are beating up Jurassic Express backstage. They knock on the Bucks locker room, and Callis is basically like, Kenny Omega's coming back next week. You know, there's some decisions to be made. We've done this little favor for you here. And the Bucks do their Marvel, so that happened face into the camera, setting up, I guess, a tease for next week. I can't think of which option I am less interested in, either them reuniting with Kenny or joining the Don Callis family. I couldn't muster a shite about either of them, to be perfectly honest with you. So this was 30 seconds long, to be fair. So there you go.
Right.
We got Hobbs falling to Hangman Adam Page in the Falls Count Anywhere a non-title match. On a regular episode of Dynamite, I think this would have been a very buzzworthy, very notable match. Still was really good. Obviously, you just had to compete with some fairly insane mayhem, but this is it's probably the match of Hobbs' young career, I would say.
I'm trying to think of what I would consider above that.
You had the original kind of meat.
No, this is better.
This was better. Other than that, yeah, this was a bit of fun.
This is a banger. Not fun for Hobbs' arse when he took a backdrop off a table and bounced about 3 feet in the air off the floor.
Yes.
But otherwise, this was very fun. I mean, thankfully, he seems to be okay from all appearances. But I mean, never mind the blood and guts matches. That was the bump that had me jumping out of my chair, going, "Oh my god!" Like looking out from behind my hands. I've never seen someone hit the outside and bounce so high.
Yeah,
unbelievable.
I was also worried about his head as well when he took that bump, because his head just missed the back of his head just missed the edge.
What I was thinking is, are his legs or his arms, has everything landed okay?
Yeah.
I mean,
they were,
not to go. Who would say this kind of thing? What idiot would say this kind of thing?
Stevie Richards.
Or whatever.
Just Paul stroking his chin on a thumbnail, an arrow pointing to Hangman Adam Page,
Logan Paul is better than every single AEW wrestler. Stevie Richards' actual latest take.
Right.
Yeah. Certainly better than Stevie Richards. I'll give him that.
Yeah.
But, I don't know if that bump isn't something you do at All In
Wembley or something.
You know what I mean? For a match in between two blood and guts matches, maybe there's a little bit of him and Hanger saying, just these two blood and guts matches, but let's us go and steal the show or whatever. Maybe there's a bit of that too. But a bump off the announce table, a very dangerous bump off the announce table in the middle of the match that didn't lead to a finish or whatever. Am I being overly nitpicky with that? But
no, I see where you're coming from.
Don't be killing yourselves for nothing, lads. Take care of yourselves. That's all. And the rest of the match was great. All the spots were very fun. Big bump at the end as well through the exploding table, which is always fun.
Yeah. If you want to get your nitpick on, I also would have maybe left the sparks. I would have left the sparks and the lights flickering in the arena. I would.
You got the sparks.
No, you don't. What was he falling through? The leftover Guy Fawkes night fucking that they all hand out at American wrestling shows. Oh, come on. Oh, he landed on computer. After that, we had Ricky the Dragon Steamboat coming out, if you didn't know where this was going.
Sorry, before Ricky the Dragon, we had Shibata and Joe come out and attack Hanger.
Oh, yes, yeah. And Joe did the old signal for the cage to come down so he could try and trap Hanger. Hook came in and helped Paige scare off the heels, and Paige challenged Joe to a cage. That should be pretty fun.
Yeah, Eddie Kingston was acting all crazy here as well.
Yeah, it's kind of his role now.
Running around like crazy, man.
Running around with Hook and just doing run-ins and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, he still gets the biggest pops whenever he's on TV. Over Hangman. Everyone loves Eddie. But, I mean, come on, give this guy something to do. So, steel cage match. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
With the week after Blood and Guts, isn't that a bit soon?
It's a bit much. It is a bit much. Now, this is one I think they could probably do with just keeping it simple and not having Shibata climb the fucking cage and, It should be
tears the lock off.
No tearing the lock off, for the love of God,
Yeah, just have a cage match for it. Keep it simple. Then we had Ricky Steamboat. No Ric Flair, of course.
Yeah, he was off somewhere.
Wandered off.
They put out some I guess they addressed, or he addressed why was he booked anyway? I mean, like there was a video doing around him there in an airport. I mean, he looks, he doesn't need to be making appearances. Come on. You had your Woo Wings sponsorship for a while. Fair enough. Let's move on from this guy coming out. But anyway. So Dragon comes out. He was really not in promo mode. He was really in old man telling some stories mode until he was interrupted. Stokely and FTR came out. They did the usual thing. They bigged themselves up. They got in his face. Stokely said, "You got Macho Man's number? I haven't seen him on TikTok in a minute," which was a very bizarre line that I did. And then FTR, Dax did the Dax thing of fake bigging up Steamboat, and how he used to be a mentor of his, blah, blah, blah. So Ricky then gave him the old, I have a bit of fight left in me, but I'm also not stupid. So he did the whole, I'm going to get out of here before it gets ugly. And then FTR went to give him the spiked pile driver for RHODES. Came in for the save and ran them off. So there you go. Yeah. So that's your tag match for the Pape.
Sounds good stuff.
It was a solid little segment. Good FTR fun as always. That led us then to the men's Blood and Guts match, which was Darby, Roddy, the Conglomeration defeating the Death Riders. In a really good match. I obviously I don't think it was as good as the women's. Another one where, look, they had their idea for the flaming table spot and it was spectacular. Don't get me wrong, but again, here's the compromise I would do on this getting out of the cage. Like, maybe we're being sticklers for it. I would say, okay, we'll pick one. What's the most important? Is the flaming table thing the most important spot of the whole show? Maybe it is. Okay, well, then you go to the women and say, okay, you're staying in the cage. Or if they're like, well, no, we want to do our Julia clever thing. And I thought, okay, well, you go to the men and say, okay, well, you're not doing the table. You pick one. Do you know what I mean? It is, I mean, people were already, I think, fairly giving them shit for doing two on the same show, very WWE-like, because it's time to do Blood and Guts. I think similarly, you should also just not be getting out of the cage on both. But look, I thought it was really good. Again, I guess to just throw fans off so that they don't constantly expect the heels to have the advantage. They gave the baby faces the man advantage, but then to fix the psychology of the match, they had Mark Briscoe be like jumped backstage.
Yeah.
And I thought that was going to lead to him not being in the match, but he was then in the match anyway. He came out anyway. I thought that was a bit odd.
Yeah.
I think you probably needlessly complicated it, added some extra steps to your journey. I would have just had the heels get the man advantage. But they did a lot of fun stuff in this one as well.
They did. I liked Cassidy's hands getting stapled into his jeans.
Very clever. Yeah.
Was smart. Although I don't think they did enough. I don't think they did enough with that though, in terms of he can't get him out. Like, they did it, and then the next time you see Orange Cassidy, he just pulled his hands out. Sell it a little bit. What else did we have? The Fork, obviously, making a reappearance.
Yes, getting lots of use.
I mean, Kyle O'Reilly outdoing Sky Blue with the old...
Oh, my God, yeah. Yeah.
Eddie Guerrero levels. And then, as we said, Briscoe came out with the bolt cutters, and we had the fire table spot. And then, like I said, this match to me felt a little more bloated. Felt a little bit more in the second half that it kind of just kept going. And then we had obviously the payoff of weeks of build-up with Kyle O'Reilly getting Mox in the ankle lock and Mox finally tapping out. So that's, for all intents and purposes, 3 or 4 times now since the Derby match that Moxley has in essence given up. So we'll see what that leads into. My idea was to capitalize off some of the recent good performances and heat as a character. There's been a lot of talk about Moxley being kicked out of the Death Riders as character, which I wouldn't mind. Who would you then make the de facto leader? My vote would be Marina.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. She is kind of portrayed as the number 2, isn't she?
I like that idea. I don't know if the world's ready for Mox as a face again, though.
No, that does feel a little bit premature. The other thing as well is I kind of feel like I don't think this stable should then like limp on forever as this Moxless, directionless thing,
like the bloodline on the other side, whatever they're called now.
Yeah.
Because it was already.
I feel like
it was already Blackpool Combat Club. This isn't even the first version. So just let's end this one. Let's get this to a nice ending.
It's kind of weird as well because like you just had Garcia join, and now it's imploding. I will say I kind of thought in real time I really liked the matches. I kind of thought the Kyle O'Reilly thing. I think the point of that was just to kind of get over Mox is like rattled about quitting, and I thought the payoff to it was going to be that Darby will make him quit again or something like that. I thought it was interesting that they actually had Kyle O'Reilly beat him. I thought that was a little bit kind of. I just think O'Reilly's character work is just too comedic to really, really, really do anything with him substantial. But it was kind of ballsy at a time when you got so many people out injured. It's like, oh my God, we don't have Osprey, we don't have Swerve. It's like, I'm glad they said we're giving this guy a big win. He's been working with John Moxley. The matches have been good. He's at Blood and Guts. We're telling this story with Mox giving up anyway. So let's give a new guy, a relative new guy, a little bit of something. I thought that was cool to do, especially going. I assume O'Reilly will be at the C2, gives him a little bit of juice,
I didn't think about that. That's maybe the plan. Yeah, I figured they're going to do him and Mox at Full Gear again as well. I don't think that's announced, but I feel like that's probably where they'll go. I wonder if they have him beat Mox at Full Gear again. That'd be interesting.
Yeah, I mean that would certainly give you the feeling that not only might he be out of the Death Riders, but that would kind of give me the sense of he's probably going away for a while, which I don't know if they need that right now. I don't know if getting rid of Mox is, but that's just me guessing. But we've got, not counting the pre-show, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 matches for the pay-per-view. So they usually have more than that. So I could see that match getting added. And that was the show. It was great. It was one of the best episodes of TV they've done all year.
Yep.
I would, if someone wanted to say it was one of the best they've ever done, I think I would struggle to argue with them. Hopefully that momentum keeps going.
Classic AEW story where the build-up has been very, very meh, and then the show was a blowaway. Sure. I mean, classic. Only they could kind of balance that a bit more. Just that would be nice.
Collision then. Not the best Collision. It was fine. Some of the matches that were booked were kind of, the way Collision, you get these matches booked and you think, oh, that's maybe not a Dynamite level match, but that's something that will deliver in terms of the match quality, at least. Here, not that the matches weren't very good, but I think here the match participants were such that I was kind of defeated before. I prejudged the matches, let's say, before they even happened. You had Mox on commentary for most of the show, which was a fun novelty. But like, for example, Death Riders, Danny Garcia, Pac, and Wheeler Yuta against Jay Lethal, Adam Priest, and Tommy Billington. I don't mean Adam Priest and Tommy Billington, but that's a step too far, I feel like. Then you had Kyle Fletcher, excuse me, I'm mixing up the Kyles, my God. Kyle Fletcher defending the TNT title before Full Gear. So, guys, he might lose the title here. He's against Scorpio Sky. Oh, so he won't be losing the title.
Did he win?
Kyle Fletcher won. I keep having Kyle already. You'll be shocked to hear. Mark Briscoe, Mark Davis. That was kind of the biggest match, I guess, on the show. Briscoe won, of course. Tony Storm promo was quite good. They did the MXM TV Open Challenge, which they've been doing for a few weeks now. And we've had like Takeshita and was it Takeshita and Okada? Or no, they were against the Acclaimed. They did the Acclaimed one. But here, every now and then you go, who's going to answer the challenge? Here you had Ty Mello answer the challenge and have a match with Ty Valkyrie again. That was kind of a moment. Fletcher did beat Scorpio Sky, of course, as we said. Maya World and Hyan, as we said, got their 8-minute thank you for filling in the week before. Very kind of them. And then the main event was an 8-star tag match, FTR and LFI, Roosh and Sammy Guevara, against Bandito, Jet Speed, and Juice Robinson. The babyfaces did get the win there, with Roosh taking the fall, surprisingly, via Bandito's 21 plex. And I do want to point out here, the worst thing of the week, which is, I guess, is kind of the antithesis of Joe's old Hong Kong of the week. What would be the opposite of Hong Kong? Poop bonker. Poop of the week.
Of the week.
Okay, so guys, so on the other channel, Dominic Mysterio has been getting very over with the Eddie Guerrero look, the little mustache, the mullet. People are loving Dominic Mysterio. So I'm sitting down for this main event. Sammy Guevara comes out. He's got the little mustache going. Oh, we're doing T-move Dominic Mysterio now.
Oh God!
And he had a vest on that looked a bit like Dominic Mysterio's vest as well.
I mean, as if there's not enough reasons for you to just go, "Oh my God, we're once again watching Sammy Guevara."
Yeah. So
dearie me.
That was my thing of the week. Like, I get the mustache thing is a heel look as old as time itself, but like Dominic Mysterio's already doing it. You've been beaten to it. You know?
And for years as well, like doing it for ages. Yeah,
that was bad. Not a collision that I would necessarily say to go out of your way for. I don't think there's anything too essential on there. I mean, a few things confirmed for Full Gear, I guess, and we can jump over to looking at the card for Full Gear, but that's sure. Basically it. I
have the card here.
So we have opening up. We'll talk about the tailgate first because that's more important. We open with the People's main event. Boom and Doom versus RPG Vice. So, do we think 5 stars, 5.5, 6? How high do you think we can go on this one?
Minutes. That's like like 5 stars. That's what I'm rating my driver on Uber when I order my taxi when this match begins to go to the venue.
Oh God,
folks! That's an extremely belabored joke to tell you how little I care about this business. There have been actual celebrities who didn't wear out their welcome as long as these guys. Like actual, like it's what are they getting at it? They being AEW. I mean, are they seriously kidding? Like it's at the end of the day, it is small doses. Like they show up once every couple of months. He's very over. The guy is decent. Like the dad is all right. It's pre-show stuff. They pop for the kid getting in. It's completely inoffensive for the most part. But I'm just like, but I must come back to why are you bothering? Like I just don't understand what the appeal is. Whatever. I mean, there's like a million other things I'd rather have like Trent Beretta do than this. But
yes, I mean, if you were going to have a celebrity involved, I mean, I'm not saying he's a great worker or anything, but is someone like Paul Walter Hauser not maybe a bigger name even? You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's like a bigger name, like an award-winning actor and pretty solid wrestler as well. I mean, and so is this guy, but anyway. How about no celebrities? Here's my pitch for a wrestling company. It's no celebrity wrestling. How about that? You've heard of Hulk Hogan's Celebrity Championship Wrestling. You've heard of sports anyway. Now I'm pitching wrestling, where it's just wrestlers. How about that?
What about there's a cage match and Big Boom AJ comes out with the bullet cutters.
What about, here we go, right? So Samoa Joe, right? He's beating down Hangman Adam Page. Hangman Adam Page, like he can't do his babyface comeback because he's too exhausted. He's beaten down, right? But then, right, Big Boom AJ comes out with the double chocolate chomp cookie chomp. And he like smushes it against the cage, so it all like crumbles and comes through the cage. And Hangman has to like hoover it up like a little anteater. But the power of our partner for this event, Costco, the power of their double choco chunk cookie that makes Adam Page win the match. And folks, have we thought about that? And he's making a lot of mess. It's all over his hands, all over the cage. There's all cookie hanging off the cage because he's like, I'm not climbing this shit. Let's be real. So he smushes it in. How about that? That's my pitch. Anyway.
And then the Rizzler gets the pin. He wasn't even in the match, but he's the
pin like David Arquette, and he's the new world champion. Now, folks, if you thought that tailgate match sounded like the Honk Schnoo Classic, if you thought that sounded like the getting my candle and my floppy hat and my striped pajamas going up to bench derby, right? Well, let me tell you about the other match. You've got nobody's favorite tag team, Max Caster and Anthony Bowens, versus the Bang. Not the Acclaimed, by the way. Don't remember, like, even them, they were good ones. Don't even remember that. They are just these two not over people, okay, in a tag team. They're facing the Bang Bang Gang and Big Bill and Brian Keith, the world Where Are They Now champions, and also in contention for that, the Outrunners, in a match for $200,000 on a show where they're also doing $1 million match. I mean, wouldn't draw the curtains were it on in my front garden, baby. I mean, let's be real. I mean, this. I feel like pre-shows in AEW have been pretty solid in the past. For whatever reason, when they pivoted to this, doing it on actual telly, for some reason it got worse than when it was on YouTube. I haven't enjoyed any of this tailgate stuff. So there you go. That's the pre-show thing.
I'll not be watching that. We'll not be watching any of that. Thank you very much.
No, I'll watch the GIF.
I'll watch the GIF of cookies on my boobs, and I'll have a big chicken bake on my belly. And
a belt where all the plates are cookies.
That'd be cool. Yeah,
that's too good for this show. Yeah, fuck it.
I'll watch the GIF where the Rizzler like hits Beretta over the head with a chicken bake to set up the finish. But that would be it.
I didn't know who these guys were when they debuted, by the way. No, I know. I've never watched a single TikTok they've ever done or any of that. But
you've seen it. You've seen it.
I noticed it.
Onto the main show. Darby Allin back in a regular match, which is kind of funny after doing a flaming table spots on the fucking TV show.
That'll be a banger, though.
That'll be a great match, and that's a straight wrestling match. That is a normal, just a no wacky stiff wrestling match. So when that's like your 9th built show, you know your show is loaded. Kyle Fletcher versus Mark Briscoe, continuing their very long but very good series, to be fair.
Yeah.
I would have been happy with just another regular match here. I think they could have had a great one. They've gone no GQ, so fair enough. So, gotta have a couple of stips on an AEW show. Stip here also is that if Briscoe loses, he will be forced to join the Don Callis family, which is actually a very interesting stipulation because you kind of think, I think that's very interesting because when they announced they were doing another match with these two, you're like, okay, Fletcher beats him. They're not going to have Fletcher drop the title. But I also feel like, I don't know, are they going to do the thing where fucking, I was about to say it's very WWE, but they do lots of WWE stuff to do the Briscoe unwittingly in the stable bit. I also think there's a chance this could be, with all the injuries and stuff, this could be the old losing up for Kyle Fletcher. You know, he loses the TNT title, Mark Briscoe gets his moment.
I think 100% that's what happened.
You think so? Okay.
I would put money on it.
Really? Okay.
And I'm the man who said Queen Amanda and Jamie Hayter were winning the tag belts. So,
well, we were all wrong on that.
We were all wrong on that.
Actually, back in the Blood and Guts, I will also say that that tournament, to be fair, we were lamenting when the brackets came out how obvious it was going to be that Monet and Storm were going to be in the finals. Well, Monet is out, and I think Storm will still win, but like they beat her, so they're putting the work in to make that at least a little bit intrigue laid.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the fact they're having to do another Joe main event, God bless Joe, he's been awesome in this role, but I mean, it feels like they're struggling for heels. So yeah, is this our Kyle Fletcher bids farewell to the mid-card match? I think it might be.
I feel like it is. I feel like he's ready.
I think so. It's a good way to go. And then he moves on to something bigger and better. And yeah.
And it should be great. It should be a great match.
Yeah.
And of course, the last match with the Hangman was outrageously great. Yep. So we have, for the previously discussed AEW National Championship. I mean, again, I'm not one of those AEW has too many belts people, because I'm like, whatever, but like, it just seems so pointless. Announced like 2 weeks in advance, and they're doing it. Another thing being decided in a battle royal or a gauntlet, rather, the Casino Gauntlet. I'm like, come on. It's like,
it's fun if they do it right.
It is, but like, it just feels like, you know what it feels like? Remember when WWE brought in the 24/7 title? Like, it was kind of like the hardcore title, but minus the weapons, so it was just comedy, and it turned out it was like a USA network. This feels like someone had a meeting and someone was like, we'd like another title. It does not feel like someone had a great idea and we're going to do this unique title. This seems like a lazy idea they've kind of farted out to kind of give the mid-carders.
Yeah, no, for the title, you're right. I still think the match
it'll be fun. I mean, these gauntlets have been good. You got Bobo, you got Shelton, you got Ricochet, you got Kevin Knight, you got Mike Bailey. That's a good starting lineup, and obviously, maybe there'll be a surprise or two in there. I'm sure that'll be fun. You got a lot of fun.
Some Okada Takeshita stuff, maybe,
yeah.
Since they're not all the
areas after they unify those titles, they then have Okada in the national title fucking gauntlet match. That'd be very funny. I was going to say this seems like something that'd be really cool to do with Lashley, but I don't know if he's going to be wrestling every week on TV, which is kind of...
Well, that's what I said last week. It should be Lashley.
Yeah.
Then he can go to, Rev Pro, CMLL.
That'd be cool.
Defense. Yeah. I don't think it's going to happen. I assume it's a surprise, like a return or a debutant. That's why it's a Casino Gauntlet.
Maybe. I mean, at the All In Casino Gauntlet, the only surprise they had was Juice Robinson, really. So
give us a surprise.
Let's see.
So we then have the $1 million trios match.
Oh, yeah.
Which kind of feels like that concept. That concept jump in the chart. Kenny Omega and Jurassic Express versus the Young Bucks and Josh Alexander. So, I mean, given that they're facing each other at pay-per-view, you assume the angle on Wednesday is the Bucks, like, just beat up Kenny or something, I guess. But I guess they're trying to do intrigue that they might team up with them because they're laying it on so thick.
It'd be Don Callis' family would beat him up or something like that.
Yeah. Oh, God. Are Don Callis' family going to beat him up and the Young Bucks are going to look conflicted? See, the two roads before you, modern man. You can be Tony Storm breaking Marina Shafir's ribs at that finish, or you can be the Young Bucks looking conflicted while Kenny Omega gets a brain buster or something.
Yeah.
Also, we'll see.
Young Bucks and Josh Alexander. I'm going to be very mean here. Young Bucks and Josh Alexander collision ass team.
Not wrong. I mean, that is completely fair. That is completely fair. That one's firmly in the category of zero interest in the build. I'm sure on the.
I like the Young Bucks and Josh Alexander, so it'll be a bit. Don't worry.
Six good wrestlers in that match. I think that'll be a fun match.
Well. And Jack Perry's there as well.
Yeah, 4 and Josh Alexander's Young Bucks are good. Kenny, yeah. Well, 6 people in the match. Yeah, four really good wrestlers and 2 all right lads. That Jurassic Express thing already completely feels dead in the water. I mean, just so.
Yeah.
Anyway, Brodito versus FTR for the tag team titles.
Ooh, I'll take all that.
Yeah, that should be fantastic. I think they made the right call going with Brodito. Nice doesn't run. New team they made him, but I mean it's FTR's time, isn't it? Surely. Yeah, a lot of actually, to be fair, actually, I was saying about the DQ match. There's a lot of regular matches, to be fair. They've got a spread of stips and normal matches. Also, a straight wrestling match. Chris Statlander versus Mercedes Moné. Another very interesting match, I think.
Yeah.
Are you looking at Moné's second loss in the company?
Yes, I think so.
I think so as well.
I think it's a good story is that Mercedes has all these belts.
She can't win the big one.
That's a good one. That's the type of story AEW used to be really good at telling. So I hope they get. Plus, it's
also great because people on social media will be like, oh, she can win all those belts, but she can't win the world title. Like, that's fucking stupid. It's like, that's the story.
I love all the whinging about her using like creative control in quotation marks. I was like, oh yeah, Championship Wrestling from Poland were really upset when she came in and was like, and she drew 400 more than the 14 they usually get to come in and win their belt no one's ever heard of. It's like, it's just inventing things to be mad about. But I think it's also kind of underrated as well that these two have only ever had fucking great matches with each other as well. Like last year, they had some super pay-per-view matches, so this could be a potential show stealer. And to be fair, Statlander is someone who's been there since day one. Never really feel like there was always a roadblock. There was like the alien thing early on was like cute, but didn't really, nothing really came of it. And then she had the Willow thing, and then that fell apart for whatever reason. The Stokely thing just disappeared into thin air. They're giving her this like kind of like what we were saying with O'Reilly is like. They're giving her this honest to goodness push. She beat Tony in a 4-way, and then they went out of their way to have her win it in a singles again to prove that, no, we are for real pushing this person. Yeah. And I think having her beat Tony and Moné back to back, that's kind of like, this is we are pushing this new person who's been around forever, who's never quite gotten all the way there. There'll be no excuses after this. It's like, if she doesn't hit, be made. Yeah, she's made. Yeah. And I'm looking forward to this one very much. And then in the cage to keep the cookies out, it's Hangman defending against Samoa Joe. Should be good. Joe's been great in this one. Last one was good. I'm sure again they'll go blood and they'll go chaos and they'll go violence. I'm sure it'll be really good. But we need some fresh challengers for Hanger for sure.
Yeah.
So there you go. That looks like a really good show. As always, some misgivings about the build here or there. I mean, that show is going to deliver. So we will see on Dynamite this week if we do get a Mox match and some other stuff there to flesh out the undercard. Yeah. Alrighty. Switching over to the movies. Who's seen a movie this week they'd like to talk about?
I've got a couple of movies. Went to the cinema on Friday night to see a film I hadn't seen before, but Michelle was very keen to see. Hundreds of Beavers.
Oh, what a picture.
This film, which I knew nothing about. I knew absolutely nothing. Other than it was a bit of a cult film. I remember Barry kind of reviewing it, raving it up a bit. But I went in knowing nothing, but it wasn't just a screening. We actually had the star of the film there to do a Q&A as well, an introduction and a Q&A. Not only that, he was also in the lobby with the gimmick table selling his selling his posters, his stickers, his T-shirts. So we bought a couple of stickers, sent hello to him. So that was nice. Very nice guy. Then we went in and there was a bit of a pre-show with someone in a dog costume and someone in a beaver costume kind of doing some antics, wrestling around. Then the guy came in, introduced it. So if you don't know the film, I mean, I don't want to say too much. People should just watch it. Like, it's a very unique film. It's almost like it is a silent film, pretty much, about a man hunting beavers in the north, kind of northeast of the United States. It's just very funny. Very funny, very creative, just very different to anything you would see at the cinema. I mean, there's nothing that experimental ever comes out of the cinema these days. Very, very, very enjoyable. We've had a criticism. It is it's not a long film, but for the type of film it is, I think it was a bit long. I think it was like over 100 minutes. It was like 105 minutes or something like that. Just for the type of film it was, maybe a bit too long, but it certainly does deliver in terms of like crazy visuals and interest. And and then the fellow did a Q&A after that, and normal questions. Oh, you're gonna do a sequel?
Yeah.
Not really. The guy was just
coming back to London.
Guy was very much like he wasn't kind of artsy about it. It was like, yeah, we made this film. Yeah, it was great. It was like he was very kind of matter of fact about it. Like it was his job. It was my job to make the film. Yeah, it was good. I mean, it was a great time. I'd say, yeah, it was very, very, very good. So I enjoyed that a lot. Went to the cinema again on Sunday, twice in a weekend. Went to see Edgar Wright's The Running Man, which just came out this weekend.
I thought that was out.
Yeah, I'm a big Edgar Wright fan, of course. I love all the early stuff, and so didn't love Scott Pilgrim, but the other ones I did love. Was intrigued by this. The first time he's done kind of a adaptation, or like, well, Scott Pilgrim's adaptation, but kind of a remake, stricter adaptation. Yeah, it was okay. So it starred Glenn Powell. It's kind of a Glenn Powell vehicle. He isn't bad. I mean, there's so much hype around. Oh, is he the next Tom Cruise? Is he this or that? Just let the guy be a fucking actor in a movie. You don't have to be. Is he this guy? Is he that guy? Well, funnily enough, like he is a lot more Bruce Willis in this movie than Tom Cruise for me, because Glenn Powell's actually quite funny. I think he is quite good at the wisecracks and being funny. So kind of remind me like a Die Hard sort of Bruce Willis type. So The Running Man is kind of like dystopian. It's set in a future, let's say in 2025, but like an alternative 2025, where people enter a dangerous game show to win money. Kind of classic trope now. So thing is, it's kind of the least Edgar Wright film that he's done, because it's not full of his usual kind of visual gags and lots of comedy and music. It feels a lot more like your kind of general action film, but it's definitely not like an Edgar Wright film. It feels very different from that. So if you don't like him, maybe that's a good thing. But I think if you are expecting that, you'll probably miss it. Yeah. But on the other hand, I just there was something kind of missing from it. I liked elements of it. The first probably 2 acts I kind of liked, but I just felt there was a lack of just investment in the characters. Like, it's a lot of kind of cool shit going on, but I honestly didn't really care if most of them died. I'll be completely honest. I was just sort of watching it for the next set piece. And then the third act, I really just sort of lost interest, to be completely honest. It goes off into a slightly different thing, and I didn't particularly enjoy it. So, I really don't like Scott Pilgrim either. That film just did not resonate with me at all. So it's probably, in terms of his filmography, this and Scott Pilgrim would be definitely at the bottom for me. So I wouldn't give it a recommendation. If you do want to go check it out, it's not like bad. Like it was fun. It was fun enough, but yeah, not really. I would not have gone to the cinema to see this if it wasn't Edgar Wright.
Right.
So I would have skipped it a bit. Glenn Powell also, I mean, good Lord. There's one point where he's taking a shower, right? And the gimmick is that the bad guys kind of turn up at that point. Spoilers. But you're kind of expecting it anyway. But he's just wearing like a towel, and so he's like running around trying to escape just wearing a towel. It's a bit of the Bruce Willis in Die Hard, like not having the shoes on thing. But he is so ridiculously buff. It's distracting. Like, I don't know why these actors feel the need to do that. Like, he looks like the Von Erichs from back in Where Fast. Like, he's not just big or like muscly. It's like kind of like he's wearing
it's like casting Arnie in Jingle All the Way, is it?
Yeah, it's like
I run a mattress factory.
You kind of think, why? How can you relate to someone who's not just sort of obviously in shape and big and the muscle? It's ridiculous. God. It's like peak Attitude Era levels of cutting age. He's in. That was strange. But he is a funny guy. He's likable and he's funny. But that was a bit strange. Yeah, so it's a shame, but might be worth the watch if you want something challenging.
Yeah, I do like stuff. I like things about Baby Driver. I wasn't so mad at that one.
Quite like that. I haven't watched it again though, to be honest, since the cinema. But
Scott Pilgrim is the one for me that I didn't see it in the cinema. I watched it at home. I couldn't finish it. It was, and I think that's probably more to do with it's a lethal combo of his style, which I generally really like. And I haven't read it. I know people love it, but what I imagine to be very cloying source material. I feel like I didn't finish the film, and I was like, okay, I'm never reading that. I know people love it, but I'm never reading Scott Pilgrim. I've never been into Michael Cera ever. I don't even really like him in Arrested Development. Like, I don't even really like. It's kind of, he's the weakest part of that show, if I'm being perfectly honest. Great cast to be fair, but yeah, I do want to go see. Well, I probably won't bother my arse going to cinema. Yeah, I want to go see it because it is when it is, but it is being received somewhat mutedly. You didn't see The Long Walk yet, Joe?
No, you could have missed that.
No, that's another Stephen King dystopian quasi game show type thing that's actually class. So I think I would recommend that.
Should have seen that instead.
But yeah, and see anything else this week?
No, not for me.
That was it for yourself. I watched a couple of films. On the 2025 tip, I did finally see One Battle After Another. The Paul Thomas Anderson epic. What a film. What a film. I mean, as breezy a 2 hours 45 as you are going to find this year, certainly, or most years. So great. So compelling. Like a really weird mix of like, it feels like a 70s espionage filler, but for anyone who hasn't seen it, it's like set effectively in the modern day, but with Leo playing a sort of a anti-government sort of revolutionary, and then it has a flash forward, and in a little underrated thing that I think is really cool, it's a flash forward and like everything's basically the same. Like all you see, the first act of it, someone's going to call it the prologue, but it's essentially the entire first act is kind of him in his heyday, and then the majority of the film is him supposedly this like washed up has been of a revolutionary. But I thought it was really interesting that even with all the stuff they were doing in their heyday, it shows that kind of they weren't able to topple the system or anything like that. But really excellent. I mean, I know everyone's kind of said it, but Sean Penn, an insane performance, an absolutely bizarre, excellent performance on a uniquely modern type of American freak. Simultaneously over the top and very movie-ish, and also weirdly pointed and real feeling in the modern context. Always liked Leo. I've never really, I think we talked about this over the years on the show. I've never really gotten when is Leo going to get his Oscar? And I was kind of, when he's good enough to get one, which he has never really been, and has kind of been my stand. I thought he was brilliant in this. I thought he was genuinely fantastic. And the young girl, this was like her first film. What was her name? Chase Infinity. Is it?
Yeah.
One of her first, if not her first major thing she's been. She was fantastic as well. It's super cast. Just like great supporting cast, like Benicio del Toro, Regina Hall, like all great. And again, just for something so one of the longer films you'll see this year, it just goes. It's so engaging from start to finish. Absolutely loved it. Made me want to say, I'm like, all right, I'm going to go through the PTAs. I think I don't know which ones I've even seen. Very few. I've seen There Will Be Blood. And I think I half watched Punch Drunk Love once, and that is about it.
So they're not all. I mean, this to me,
they're not all like this.
They're not like this. This to me almost felt more like a Coen Brothers film than a PTA film.
Yes, yeah. It felt. Absolutely, yeah. So I know this is not his typical style, but it did make me want to dive into his back catalogue.
Well, I'm not gay. Which is my favorite bit of the entire movie.
The other thing I saw then as well, a fun kind of 90 minutes low budget action comedy thing, was Baby Assassins, which is a Japanese film, which I believe is now it has like 2 sequels. Came out like 3 years ago. I think they've already had a couple of sequels. It's kind of like an oddball comedy about these 2 teenage girls living together and trying to kind of just make their way in life, with the kind of twist being that they are assassins. They're in a sort of secretive assassin guild. And this movie, remember all the way back in like John Wick 1, when it was all very implied, and it was only in the sequels that they really got into that stuff. This movie offers you about like half or maybe a third as much info as John Wick 1 on what the actual goings on of their little assassin world are like. For whatever reason, their keepers want them to have regular full-time jobs to keep up the appearance of not being assassins. And so they're these fresh out of school teenagers. They are paired together. They're kind of an oddball best friend couple. You have an outgoing one and a lazy introverted one. And it's basically a kind of oddball teen comedy with action scenes sprinkled in. They are trying to go about their daily life while also being assassins. And of course, they run afoul of the bad guy. They run afoul of the Yakuza, and it goes there. It's fun. It's funny enough. The action is solid enough. It feels a little, a lot of CGI blood and muzzle flash. It feels a little low budget, but it's got a lot of heart, and it's a very interesting mix of action and comedy, and it's a pretty breezy 90 minutes. That was a solid thumbs up on that Baby Assassins from I think 2021. That's all I saw this week. I don't know if you boys saw anything else.
Just the one for me. One I had on Blu-ray that was recommended to me a very long time ago as a brilliant movie. Burning, South Korean movie from 2018. It came out around the same time as Shoplifters, which is a Japanese movie, I think. And they were both really, really well regarded that year. Finally checked it out. Very good. Very good. Now, it's going to be one of those movies that we'll talk about how much I enjoyed it and then list all exclusively stuff I didn't like about it. So I'll try not to do that too much. It is a psychological mystery thriller movie, which again, right up my street. Stephen Yeun giving a rare Korean language performance. Obviously he was in Minari and Walking Dead and Nope.
Walking Dead, of course.
All the damn movies. Really great in this. Also some Korean actors, Yoo Ah-in and Jeon Jung-soo. Without giving too much away, it's a story about this kind of down on his luck Korean guy who's working kind of menial jobs, meets a girl from his childhood. They're kind of reunited. They start a relationship right as she's about to go on a trip to Africa. She's been saving up her money to visit Africa. She comes back from her trip with this Korean guy she met there, played by Stephen Yeun. And so what was initially their relationship becomes a bit of a triangle, and then it goes from there. I obviously don't want to spoil anything about the movie, but goes typical of Korean movies, goes in dark directions. There's some, it's a fantastically acted movie, fantastically looking movie, fantastic music. I would say maybe the one area that I felt not entirely satisfied by was ultimately the mystery. I think it's a slightly more straightforward film that to the point that I maybe would have enjoyed it more if I could even consider it as a mystery and more of a straight psychological thriller, because it's not a film with lots of twists and turns necessarily. It pretty much goes in the direction you're thinking it's going, and it does it extremely well. But I think my expectations were a little bit off kilter based on that. But it's very, very good. Very, very good. A little bit on the long side as well, but again, doesn't feel like that would have been a negative necessarily for me, because the film, although the film again is very deliberate in its pacing, it's wonderful to look at. Again, it's full of great performances and great visuals and great sounds to enjoy while you follow the story. Very, very good.
That was Burning, you said, was it?
Burning, 2018. Yeah. Very
good. Add this bad boy to my watch list right now. There we go. Alrighty. From the big screen to the small. I think we've watched a lot of the same things here.
Yes.
I will just say one thing I watched. I watched the first 2 episodes of I Love LA, the new HBO comedy. It's another one of these. As someone who really loved the 10-pole example of this that people will always bring, as someone who really loved the Bill Hader show Barry, which was a comedy but had very sporadic laughs, and it was more of a drama, kind of an action crime thing. This is a comedy, I guess, but I am not laughing a whole lot at this, nor do I feel like it's overtly trying to be a sitcom. I don't know. This is the Rachel Sennett thing. She wrote it, she starred in it. I believe she directs some episodes of it. It's a big vehicle for her. As the title might imply, and as you'll get 5 minutes into the first episode, it's a very kind of, isn't LA shit, isn't everyone fake, it's all influencers and actors and Nepo babies and idiot executives and film people and advertising people, and we're all drinking expensive matcha and talking behind each other's back. You get that point the first 10 minutes of the episode.
So this isn't a mystery series, you're telling me?
No, it's not. It's wearing its heart on its chest, and that's fine if you want to make such a thing. I think it's fine to make a comedy making fun of vacuous, annoying people.
Right.
I got that point 5 minutes in, and I finished the second episode. It's half-hour episodes, so they're not super long. I finished the second episode, and I'm like, okay, I think I get it. I think I get the point you're making. And I am not laughing a whole lot necessarily. It's also one of those things where it's about annoying, shitty, fake people. That includes the protagonists, which is fine, but which is fine if your show is really hysterical, like fucking Always Sunny or something like that. But it's just like, I don't like any of these characters. A little bit of intrigue. So basically, the first episode is Rachel Sennett's character. She's like a mid-level kind of advertising agency person. She has a frenemy, an on-again, off-again best friend who is a very successful influencer. They have an on-again, off-again friendship. Her current friend group encourage her to block this influencer as a kind of a, hey, let's move on with your life. And then this person shows up on her doorstep and kind of throws her life into chaos. And they decide to, within the first episode, they decide to buddy up and, hey, why don't we work together? And obviously this influencer brings a whole lot of chaos with her. And that's kind of where the show is going to go. It's okay. It's watchable enough. You know, it's not bad enough that I'm going to drop it. But like I said, I feel like I've gotten it. I feel like I get the message they're going for. And it's very light on the comedy. I will say it's very light. So we'll see where it goes. Yeah, I think the other thing, you caught up on South Park? Paul?
Yes, I actually quite enjoyed the most recent one.
Yeah, I thought the most recent one was funny. I thought it was a nice, how is it, kind of peaking of the last kind of 6 months where they've just created all these just completely absurd versions of all these current White House figures. And so I think this episode then kind of centralized them and played off the absurdity of having them all in one room kind of at one time. So that was good fun. Yeah, it was fun. I can't even remember what last week's was.
Last week's was the woman in the hat stuff.
Oh, is that? Oh, sorry. Am I thinking of
that was
last week's then?
Because this week's was the Sora 2 stuff.
Oh yeah. The Sora, yeah, that was good. I enjoyed that.
A bit of an open goal, but I think
easy one.
They at least tapped it in instead of hitting over the bar as they have.
Oh, yes, yeah. I also did appreciate that in the universe of South Park, Totoro is a character in a film because the Ghibli lawyers came in and were annoyed that he was in the AI videos. But Bluey is a character who can take the stand in an actual real world. So whatever you can take.
No, but that itself was a Sora video, I think.
No, was it?
I think it was. I need to watch it again. Even I was falling for the AI at points.
It's like Inception.
Yeah.
But yeah. The woman in the hat episode was good fun.
No, I didn't.
I thought it was. You didn't like that one? I thought that was fun. No. I tell you what bothered me about that was it felt like they were doing a. Stan turns around and says, "South Park sucks now because it's political."
Yeah.
And I was like, okay.
And then it becomes a crypto plot.
And then it just turns into a crypto thing, and they never... I thought they were doing a meta self-commentary on... No, they just completely drop that in favor of the crypto thing, which... And you want to talk about an open goal? I mean, the crypto... I realize crypto is still around, and there's still scams going, especially, like, you know, there's a lot of crypto in America. That felt like 5 years past the peak when you should have been making an episode about crypto. I thought the stuff with all the White House characters was funny, but the rest of it,
Trump and Vance shagging this week was funny.
That was funny, and Kyle's cousins getting scared at the melting face and everything. You know, yeah. I'm not caught up on Chair Company. What's I'm 3 episodes in.
Ooh, what was episode 6 out last night? I think it was.
So, yeah, 6 was last night. Yeah.
Oh, I mean, it's been typically good since.
Okay.
There was one bit today that made me laugh a lot. I won't give it away.
Oh,
It's continued to be as good as it has been.
I'm going to try and catch up on that. I don't want to fall behind.
Worth a watch. And anybody else watching Pluribus?
I'm 2 episodes in. Only 2 episodes.
Joe, you said you were going to hang on till
saving it.
Saving it. Okay, so obviously, Barry, we won't say too much.
We won't say too much.
I went in completely blind to it. So.
I also went in because I was kind of like, everyone's like, oh, it's the new Vince Gilligan thing. Mostly, I think we've talked about this with movie trailers. Like, okay, well, I know I'm gonna watch it then. Or if people say it's good, I'll watch it. And I was like, I don't need to see the trailer. That ruins it for me.
Without getting into specifics, what's your thoughts on what you've watched?
So again, going in dark, I was very pleasantly surprised and glad that it is not another Breaking Bad or Better Call Saul. It is not a Vince Gilligan crime thriller thing. It is closer, I guess you would say, to his X-Files roots, although it's also not that either. It's
a bit Twilight Zone-y, I would say.
It's a bit Twilight Zone-y. I think the first episode was incredibly exciting. Felt very breathless in a good way. You don't know. Again, going in the lurch, I was like, is this I was running through what I was like, is this a such and such a type of show?
Yeah.
Are we doing this as the thing that's going on in this world? Or are we doing this? And it's not really any of the obvious ones you would think. It's like this other new kind of fun sci-fi-y concept that is not strictly one thing or another. It's kind of different. It's simultaneously feels a little bit tropey, but it's not a boring kind of like,
right.
Without revealing too much, I thought, I was kind of like, are they doing a fucking this? And I was like, I was getting ready to like, that doesn't seem like a good use of their time, but no. I will say the first episode was really good. The ending of the first episode, I was like, do I love this direction you're going in? I don't know. And then I thought the second episode, I was back in. I thought the second episode was great, I thought, in exploring some of the ideas and the themes that they're going for and what this world looks like. I haven't watched the third. Have you watched the third?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so where are you on the show in general, I suppose?
I am kind of in the middle on it.
Okay.
Episode 3 had some stuff that I thought was really excellent and typical of the quality I expect from Vince Gilligan, and there was stuff in it that I absolutely hated. So I'm kind of all over the place on it. I think I mentioned last week, like, I understand the reason why the protagonist is written a certain way, but I find their constant sarcasm and eye rolling incredibly grating.
Yes, I can see that. Yeah.
So it's not even a knock on like the performance or the writing. Like I get it, but it's to your point earlier about I love LA. I find it like a really annoying protagonist that I have to then kind of sit through and complain about. But there was some really great stuff in episode 3. There was, one scene in particular in a supermarket. I won't say any more than that. Really, really excellent. And then there was a scene relating specifically to the protagonist and something that happened in episode 1 that I thought was extremely well done as well. And I just feel like, I don't know, episode 1 I thought was very interesting as I was kind of coming to grips with what the show was. And then ever since it's become apparent what the show is, I'm kind of up and down on it. I find some of the stuff really interesting. I find some of the character stuff, like I say, I find the protagonist a bit annoying. And so I'm still 3 episodes in, not entirely sure where I'll fall on it in the end.
Okay.
Look, I know sometimes Gilligan's shows take a while to get going.
Yeah.
Breaking Bad, you can make that argument. I still only watched the first season of Better Call Saul because I found it a little bit meh.
You and I are in the same boat on it.
Probably gets class afterwards. I don't know. But 3 eps in, I don't know. I'm still waiting for it to really grab me. Like I'm not sitting here, can't wait for episode 4. Can't wait to see what they do next. Like I did with Breaking Bad. You know, I hope it gets to that point. But I'm struggling to see what the hook is going to be for this kind of show.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
That was kind of my qualm a little bit with the ending of episode 1. Yeah. I was like, for all of episode 1, I was like, oh, is this going to be like a tense, like scary thing? And then the episode 1 at the end, I was like, okay, so it's not, but I don't know if I love that new direction. And then they kind of got me back with some of the ideas they were exploring in the second one. I'm going to try and get to 3 fairly soon. I want to try and stay up on this weekly. I think it'll be a fun show. I also, this is the type of thing I never typically do. This genre of podcast never interests me, but I am going to listen to the podcast just because these type of things are so rare these days. A weekly dropping episode from acclaimed people who you actually like, you know.
Yes.
I mean, if the gun is to my head and the option is be shot stone dead or watch that 70-hour final season of Stranger Things, brother, cock that some bitch and blow my fucking brains out, baby. Because, I mean, absolutely zero chance. So few, like...
You want to watch a 1 hour 45 episode every week? No, I'm all right.
My God. And the last 2 are like 3 hours. It's fucking mental. My God. And a show that was like a nice little cute thing back in the day. It was all right. Oh, remember Ghostbusters? Like, fucking just... I can't imagine that I want to watch this. But it's so rare that like something like this comes along that kind of has your attention. So I'm going to try.
I'll definitely give Gilligan the benefit of the doubt. Like
benefit of the doubt.
Let's see.
So enjoying that. I think that's pretty much all the telly at the moment. Pardon me, I'm belching here. Where are you on the Bananza?
Ooh, I'm definitely over halfway. I want to say I'm maybe approaching 2/3 through. I have 500 bananas, so whatever that would.
Oh, geez, I don't even know where the banana count is. What like sub level are you on, or what like level?
I want to say I'm on sub level 10 or 11.
Okay, you're way further than me. That even though I started ages ago. I just kind of got back into it this week, kind of, because I was.
And where are you?
I am sub-level like 500 or 600. I just got to the divide.
Oh yeah, I'm past.
You're way out. I fell into that trap again of playing way too much at one time, and so now I'm kind of back on. I was like, go back to Bananza and play it and I think I actually think I jumped back in right at the right time, and I'm curious to talk about this with you. So I got to the divide. I thought the mechanic you see at the divide is like, oh, that's cool.
Yes,
that's interesting. And then in that fork in the road, I went to the snow level.
Oh, I did.
Yes. Yeah, and so now I'm in the hot chocolate kind of area.
Yeah.
And literally just now, like earlier today, I got there. I'm starting to think, oh, okay, I've got to an area that I thought was kind of challenging. I got to a couple of areas where I did take some damage. I got to an area where I had to like turn the brain on a little bit, and the mechanic in the divide, the blue and pink block thing, very, very 3D Mario. And I was like, okay, I'm interested, because right up until I got to the divide, I was starting to say to myself, I think this is a boring game for children.
It's too easy.
It's too easy. And that's not the biggest knock in the world necessarily. I think a game can be easy. I was like, this is like really trivial to the point that it's like not encouraging me to use these awesome tools. Because for the first couple of hours, I was kind of like, I get to a new area. Wow, look at all the things in this area. I press right button to make him clap his hands. There's a banana. The destruction is so cool, but it means that I feel like 95% of the time what I'm doing is fighting the banana. Oh, just dig down and get it. Okay, you got it. Okay, great.
Right.
Do some like Kirby level platforming. Like, you know, the modern 3D Kirby games, they're all really cute and they're really fun, but they are pretty explicit. They are like for children. They really are. They are. That's the level of difficulty. Even like the little side rooms, the Mario Sunshine or Odyssey style, you go off to the side, there's like a challenge room. A lot of them are like beat 2 enemies. I was like, what? Like, this is, it looks great. It sounds great. The mechanic is cool. The destruction is phenomenal, and it runs great, and it really feels like it is showing up. But I was like, is this it? Is this the fucking game? I was like, there's not really anything here, but thankfully I've now just gotten to, but maybe this is where, maybe I was judging it a little bit and giving up a little bit too quickly because there's like a million other games out. And I played for a half hour and I'd be like, all right, like whatever. I feel like I'm now getting to the point where I'm like, okay, we're getting some stuff. We're getting some actual stuff.
I feel like it gets even more so from the point you are.
Brilliant. Okay, so I think I'm just going to put everything else to the side other than what I'm streaming. I'm just going to play this and just focus on this. And because it got its hooks into me right before I came on to do this, so I was like, okay. So you're further than me, and you're positive on it, I assume.
Oh, very much so. Yeah. Although I've always enjoyed that kind of checklist Assassin's Creed, like clear out the map, do everything like that. So I'm perfectly happy with that kind of gameplay. But it definitely has in the last few levels, last 4 or 5 levels I played, some of those challenge rooms, like you said, this is actually a little bit difficult.
Okay, good, yeah.
To the point where there was one where I was a good 15 minutes, I want to say, where I'm like, you know, there's the rooms you go in and there's the 3 bananas. It has outside the door 3 bananas. And I had 2. I'm like, where the fuck is this other banana? Yeah, and you really have to like, what am I missing here? And you do it a few times, you know? So that's the stuff I enjoy. Even the enemies getting a little bit more difficult the further you get, the powers you get. Yeah. I mean, I have 4 of the Bananza powers now. And even that, you know, you're going back and forth based on what you're doing, and the level environments get a bit more difficult to deal with. Yeah, there's some stuff in the last level I did that was very Breath of the Wild as well, in terms of the challenge rooms, you know, with the physics stuff and so on. So it goes in that direction a little bit as well. Yeah, so I'm 500 bananas in out of 7. So when you save, every time I turn my switch off, I just save beforehand, and it'll show you when you save how many you have. So I just passed, I think, a 502 or something.
Okay.
So I mean, there, you know, they have your big levels, and then you have your kind of your more mini levels in between.
Yeah.
I'm on one of those mini levels now. There is one that is so great, by the way. Is it the one immediately after the divide? Hang on, let me check. Oh my god. I mean, yeah, pulled straight out of Odyssey. 1 second. So you are on the frozen layer, freezer layer, as it's called. Yes, it's the one immediately once you. So in the divide, don't spoil anything. In the divide, you do those 2 levels before it will let you, regardless of which one you chose first. You then do the other one, then you go down. So once you've beaten both of those, the next level you'll go to is this incredibly fun level. I'm 2 after that one. So I've done, since the divide, I've done those 2 levels, and I've done 2 more, and I'm on the 3rd one after. So that's right. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 after that. So I'm from the end, let's say.
Okay, because I think the indication to me that I hadn't really gotten far enough, and I should probably just try to focus on this game, was like I only have one of the Bananza powers. Yeah. So I was like, all right, I know from the skill tree there's loads more. So I was like, all right, let's just fucking play this. Yeah. So yeah, I'm looking forward to putting more time into it and catching up with yourself on the weekly.
Yeah, one thing that's good as well is each of the Bananzas has a different song, so you're not hearing that same song every time. Okay. And they are all great songs. You'll be surprised here. They're very, very catchy. And you'll be singing them as I do when I play. That's all I'm playing still, is only that. You know?
Yeah. I'm gonna be the same. I'm gonna focus on that for the time being. We did have this week the reveal of the Steam machines. I mean, killer. Okay. I mean, it's so funny, all the cool elements of it. And my main thought was like all the problems Xbox has had, and they are, in my opinion, correctly by going by all the leaks. The next thing is basically going to be a PC with some kind of like console-ish frame. And kind of like what they see. The first thing when I saw this was just like, oh my god, Valve have beaten them to the punch by possibly as long as like 3 fucking years in advance. I don't know why that was my first thought, but it was. Yeah. I mean, I suppose like everyone is like, the price. We're all waiting for the friggin' price. That's the thing. If it's between 4 and 5, I, as someone who doesn't need it, would probably be tempted to get it. If it's $1,000, I don't think they're gonna. I don't know why they would even bother doing this if it's going to be $1,000. I feel like surely you're doing this to try and poach a couple of potential PS5 fence sitters. Surely.
Yeah, I mean, as well as using Steam libraries and so on, I guess emulation has to be one of the big reasons for checking this out as well, right? So,
yeah,
why not?
I mean, because all their lessons learned from the launch of the Steam Deck, it's the same OS. I think also this would be really great for you as well, because the big thing that the deck and this as well can't do because it's Linux based is most competitive online games are out of the question because of anti-cheat software that doesn't work with Linux. If that's not your bag, then you're like, well, the list of negatives is very short. But yeah, I'm curious what that price is. That's going to be the cool thing. I mean, the deal breaker, I would imagine.
Let's see.
Yeah. They also announced the VR thing. I mean, I'm kind of out on VR. It seems cool, but I'm out. I'm out. Yeah, they've only a couple of years there, but I am out on that.
I think PS5's not got enough games to play.
Oh, let me tell you, VR is.
Do you like Beat Saber again? I sure do.
Yeah. So yeah, that is the game guff for the week. I suppose in terms of other games of note, I'm also playing Baby Steps on stream at the moment, which is kind of the other thing I'll be doing. Not as hard as you might think. It's, for anyone who hasn't seen it, it's one of those games where it's like you have to manually move the character's legs to walk. If anyone played QWOP, the Flash game back in the day, similar concept but in 3D. Surprisingly easy to get through the basics of it, but it is very challenging. I've had some disheartening falls.
Is it like, what's that game? Go up or climb up?
It's very much feels like it's in the universe of that genre blew up in like the last 2 years. Like it's like it seemed like out of nowhere there was just a million games on all over YouTube of people playing these games. They're like intentionally frustrating, like streamer games. It is that with like I think a little bit more sheen on it. But it is very cool. That's that is the game guff for the week, and that is going to do it for this week's edition of the ChairShot Podcast. We will be back next week talking full year. Full year will have been on by the time we do the show next.
Why do my fat face made the appearance here? My God!
Oh yeah, the thumbnail. Very good, very good.
Homer Simpson.
What a cast this movie has! Actually, this is a fucking. I would go see this. This movie. Alrighty, that's going to do it for the ChairShot Podcast, folks. We will be back next week talking full year. Some more Pluribus, some DK, and all the other fun and games you've come to expect. So until then, it's goodbye from me, Barry. It's goodbye from Paul.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from Joe.
Goodbye. At the same time, Barry.
Crazy man. That's why he's one of the legends of the podcast here. I'm drinking a tea out of a Cocoa Pops mug. Okay, so Cocoa Pops. I think I said Cocoa Pops, which is not anything. Also with us is Joe.
Joe's turned into Mr. Simpson. No. He's back.
Mr. Joe, don't take your anger out of me. Mr. Joe. No.
Here's Joe again. Joe, just here. You've got a little bit laggy.
Oh, there he's gone.
Yeah. Oh, I was trying to